Alright, family, once again, welcome back. Baragani, all that good stuff. We're talking on Kwanzaa, right? Once again, the title of today's episode is your beef against KARENGA or Kwanzaa? Now, I took a little notes down and did a little homework earlier, like I was telling y'all, like I'm encouraging you all out there to do your homework. And I got some notes here, and I want to just go in a little bit on some things, right? Now, as I was stating before, Matunda ya Kwanzaa translates from the Swahili language into first fruits harvest, right? Again, this is a time basically you're rejuvenating yourselves individually, collectively, amongst the family, amongst the community, etc., etc., etc. And you're reaping not only a physical harvest, if you will. This is why we have, as far as the symbolism dealing with the Kwanzaa setup, this is why you have the different fruits and the vegetables in the basket. That's what it represents on a physical level. But also on a mental and a physical level. You're rejuvenating yourself to keep going out there, banging this work, you know what I'm saying, represent for the people, getting that pride up in you, as I always like to throw this up, you know what I'm saying, getting that pride back within the people, and moving like that. Again, this goes back to the continent, back to ancient Kemet, back to the to Yoruba land, Igbo land, Ashanti land, etc., etc., etc. It's all over the continent. Don't get it wrong. The Zulus even do something like this as well. So don't get it twisted. So anybody likes to come up to you and hit you with the, oh, this is a made-up holiday. This is not a real African holiday. Once you do your homework, you'll see how full of shit they really are, and you'll see the shit that you've been believing all this time, family. People are trying to steer you away from yourself. What we've been doing for ages and eons. This is what we do. This is what we do. And again, getting back to that emotionalism and whatever, you hear the first wrong thing, the first flaw from the first black man or whatever that has something, quote unquote, to do something with something, but he really has nothing to do with Kwanzaa. Like I said, he was a government plant. You run with that, and that automatically disregards and dismisses what the genuine foundation of Matunda ya Kwanzaa really is. Now, off the rip, people are aware of the 7 principles, also known as the Nguzo Saba, right? And these 7 different principles correlate with the days of the week, because Kwanzaa is a 6 or 7 day celebration from the 26th of December to the 1st of January. Now, as follows, these are your 7 principles, and these are in the orders that they come in as far as during the week celebration, right? Umoja, unity. Kunjishakalia, self-determination. Ujima, collective work and reciprocity. Ujama, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. Kuomba, creativity. Imani, faith. Now, if you are one of these quote-unquote conscious folks, one of those quote-unquote loudmouth folks, you would have already known that these are some of the main things that folks love to talk about on a daily basis. Love to have fruitless debates on a daily basis. We love to talk about unity. We love to talk about self-determination and self-validation. We love to talk about our collectiveness, working together in our economics, or black economics as I like to say it, our creativity, because we are a creative people. Anything that we set our minds to do, we can do, yada 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 yada. Our faith, and I'm not talking on a religious level. Faith is something real, family, but it's a two-way street. One is what you would like to do on an internal, your thoughts nonetheless, your ideas. 2, it's the work and the effort that you put in it to make that shit come into a reality. Now, if you're not having that effort, that effort of work to bring it into a reality, it's not going to be anything but an idea. So, these are the different things that we talk about on a daily basis. But again, you have to ask yourself, family, this is a gut check question real quick. Just like the religious folks of yesterday and today, you have to ask yourself this question, dealing with your own consciousness. Do you really believe this shit can pop off? Do you believe this thing to be true? Do you know this to be true? Or is it just a feel good? Gut check. And that's why, again, we're asking the question today, is your beef with KARENGA or is it with Kwanzaa? Is your feel good disturbed because of this man, which disregards your mind as well as your body away from the genuine principles on which this thing stands on? Translation, are you bullshitting out here with this thing? Now, those are your 7 principles, young Guzo Sabo. We hear this all the time, mainly around this time of the year. But again, this is something that you're supposed to be practicing on a daily basis if you're genuinely about this black nationalism thing. If you're genuinely about this black power thing that you love to scream out, you love to type, or etc., etc., etc. This is what you live on a daily basis. You're supposed to practice Kwanzaa daily, but it's celebrated around this time. It's celebrated. It's a celebration of what you're supposed to be doing, again, on a daily basis, 365, 24/7. If you're not walking this walk 365, 24/7, then the celebration, obviously, it's not going to mean anything to you. So, which goes to show and prove that people ain't doing a lot of walking as they are doing a lot of talking and typing. Because, again, that feel good, that ego, if you will, ain't rubbed the right way. Pause. Now, a step further dealing with this whole Kwanzaa thing. There are 5 principles, 5 fundamental attributes. I'm sorry, not principles. There are 5 fundamental attributes and activities that relate to Kwanzaa as well as back on the continent. For example, ingathering, family bonds, reverence, honoring our Creator. Not no God, but our Creator. There is a difference. Commemoration. Past lessons as well as future goals. You're looking at the past, seeing what went right, what went wrong, what you can change up, etc., etc., etc. You're mapping out your battle plan, what you can do as far as what you want to succeed and accomplish in the near future, mid future, as well as distant future. Right? Recommitment. Once again, what are you committed to? Race first. If you're about this black power life, this is what your first and foremost commitment is right here, to your race. Right? So you're recommitting yourself to this work. You're recommitting yourself to this life. You're recommitting yourself to the family, the mission. Right? And last but not least, the 5th one is a celebration. Like I said, this is a time of fun. This is a time of sharing this energy, sharing your love with your family, your co-workers, your close friends, etc., etc., etc. Just sharing that natural black love vibe amongst one another. This is why I always say, family, black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. This is a celebration, a magnified level, amplified, again, of what you're supposed to be doing on a daily basis. If you're not doing this every day, every moment of the day, then the celebration will be in vain. Period. Again, this is why folks don't like this shit when it comes around, because they not living right from Jump Street. Now, getting back to this whole KARENGA thing, right? Getting back to KARENGA, like I said, yes, the man, he is who he is. He did what he did, and it's just that simple. No other ways you can get around it. But don't let him be the thing that gets in your way from fully understanding, fully understanding, and overstanding of what you're really supposed to be taking in. Now, let's talk about this whole Messiah complex, if you will. Messiah complex as well as emotionalism. Feel good. Black people, that's what you have. That's what you still suffer from till this day. When KARENGA came up on the scene around 64, 65 or whatever, folks started looking towards him or whatever because, again, he provided a feel-good. Pause. The minute he violated, did what he did, got convicted, did his time, etc., 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 your feelings got hurt nonetheless. You feel like you got let down. Now, I will say this. I'm going to tell you the same thing that I always tell the religious people out there or whatever. Instead of focusing always 100% all the time on the messenger, focus on the message and you might learn something. Focus on the message and you might learn something. Now, one thing I will say about KARENGA, I guess you could say, quote unquote, is good. He brought he reawoken the idea of what Matunda ya Kwanzaa really is. Not I want to say what it really is, but what it could be, what it should be once we start looking back. Sankofa, right? What he brought up to the table, let's keep it 100, I'll be real with you, it was a watered down version, a commercialized version, you understand? And that's the energy that the people ran with. They thought, they treated it like it was another Black Christmas because he was lacking the genuine, the real genuine effort. Again, he was a government plant. He was trying to stir up some shit, get the people's attention on some shit, and he did. And he got y'all feelings hurt. Because again, y'all don't want to take the time out to do this homework. Now, my main message is this, family. My main message is this. Again, Remove your mind, remove your emotions, your whole inner being, if you will, away from the damn messenger and focus on the message. Again, if you focus on the message, you will know these core principles in and out. You will know the fundamentals in and out because you will live them in and out. Again, you know my method, you know my equation. It's 3 steps. What you think, you speak. What you speak, you walk. Think is not illegal, family. Do your homework. Don't let foolishness stir you away from real shit. Period, point blank. That's the best and the only thing I can genuinely say. Because watch this. Like I pointed out a few minutes ago, how this goes back to the continent, how it even goes back to ancient times. You got a bunch of folks that's loving to claim Nile Valley, right? Kushite and Kemetic or whatever. But these are some of the biggest people that love to shit on Matunda ya Kwanzaa. Why? Again, emotionalism. Their little hearts got hurt because of this guy. He did his job. He did exactly what the hell he was supposed to do. What he was supposed to do. Now, what you're supposed to do is avoid that shit and focus on the mission. Focus on the reality. That's if you would like to see that reality. Take your mind off KARENGA, man. KARENGA, he ain't shit. He doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. But I will say this. For everybody that has such an issue with him, he's easily able to get to be reached. You can reach him easily. He's still around. He's still living to this day. He's still walking to this day. So if you genuinely have that beef with him, the floor is yours. But if you're not willing to go there, please, by all means, stop wasting everybody's time. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Wipe your tears and keep moving. Either you're going to study and celebrate accordingly and practice accordingly, or you're not. It's one of 2 things. Those are the only 2 options that you have. Those are the only 2 options that you have. Study and apply correctly, live it out correctly, or leave it alone. Just because you don't want to do something, hey, we respect it, cool, no problem, but don't try to stop everybody else that's genuinely about this shit from doing what they got to do. Practicing the way they got to practice. Celebrating the way they got to practice. Because at the end of the day, let's keep it clear. You say this is a made-up holiday, and I just showed and proved, you'll see yourself when you do the homework, that it's not a made-up holiday. This is something that's been going on forever dealing with black people. But because somebody told you that, you believed it, now you want to tell that same lie to somebody else. So you're perpetuating a lie. But black power though, right? Gotcha. So again, family, just a quick little recap, quick little summary, whatever, like I was saying. Do your homework, learn from yourself, apply for yourself. Stop believing lies, stop perpetuating lies. KARENGA don't exist. Unless you want to do something about it. He don't exist. The mission does exist. These principles exist. These activities and fundamentals, they exist. You exist. They exist within you. So again, family, is your beef with KARENGA or is it with Kwanzaa? Only you know the answer to that question, family. But in the meantime, between time, thank you for walking with me, family, the way I walk with you. You know how we do. All in together now, right? Thinking ain't illegal, man. Living black ain't wrong. But always remember that what? Black love is the cure for the black nation, so let's get it. Uncle Jobson, Putu on Black Power, family. Ari, KWANZAA, man. Happy Kwanzaa to my people out there. Peace and black power. On and on.